All right, art students, welcome back to another video. So this one's going to be another fan request. It's going to be another request from one of your fellow art students, So in the beginning, I'm going to try to get this fast because I got like 32% power on my phone. I've been filming all day. So I want to get this straight. Now this guy has a werewolf character. So he wants to learn how to draw werewolf. Now, a werewolf. Now there are many ways to draw werewolves. So this is the way that I would draw werewolf. So I'm going to give it werewolf. If I say that anymore, I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to give you advice as to how I would draw it. You can use what I show you and then add it to your own style. For anybody that wants to draw one of these animals, I'm not going to say werewolf, werewolf. As soon as I sharpen my pencil. Sharpen it and never use it. All right, so the first thing you want to do, you want to draw a werewolf. First thing you need to do is know how to draw a wolf. What does a wolf look like? So, because you're merging the man and the wolf. So let's do this. Let's draw. And I'm going to try to draw big because my camera's not zoomed in. That's where it messes up at. So I'm going to draw a man. We all know how to draw people, but I'm just going to draw a person in comparison to that werewolf. So this is my person right here. Maybe a little crooked. The eyes are always crooked. When I do eyes, they're always crooked. The lip is down too low, but I'm not trying to go for perfection. I'm trying to go for drawing before my battery runs out on my camera. So obviously he's probably doing a man. I'm sure he's doing a man. So this is a quick man. I don't know what his character looks like in man form. I'm just drawing this guy right here because we're doing comparison. Okay, so this is a guy. This is the guy. He's bald. He's bald. I don't put any hair on him yet. I don't put any hair on him yet, so he's like this. I could add more detail to him, but I'm not because, as I say, 32% power. So that's the man. So where's my thing? I have pictures on my computer, which is in front of me, of a wolf because I cannot draw a wolf. This is on from memory. Same way I was saying about is my mouse dead? No, there you go. Are you dying? Are you not wanting to work on me? Oh, wrong laptop. I have two laptops, one stacked on top of the other, so I have to use my fingers. I wonder what was the problem. All right, so we're gonna draw a wolf. Okay, let's go to outside of the wolf. A wolf head is kind of shaped like this. Maybe I'll ink it. I don't know. But the thing is, because of his furry triangle shape, he's got a short distance between both ears. These are like triangles. And you can easily turn a wolf into a fox really quick, into a dog. So it's just every animal has their own little differences about them, which turns them into what they are. So you have to learn how to draw your wolf. Now, the one thing about a wolf is his mouth is really low to the bottom of his little triangle. So if I did a round, you'd have a mouse. Round is you'd have a mouse. So let's just do the wolf real quick. The nose is kind of square-ish. Got this, and then the mouth is the muzzle. The muzzle is like narrow. And I'll do a side just to show you as well. So this actually slopes down like that. This goes down. So the eye, so as it slopes down, the eye comes, it's kind of far from the ear. And you could easily say this is a fox because it's got more of a fox shape. But I'm not finished yet. As I said, so the eyes are round. And then they have that so my hat's off to these animal drawers, because you can definitely tell the difference between a fox and a wolf and a rabbit and a tree and all that, because they got that down. They draw these things so much. So give him a little chin, a little bottom part of his mouth. And I'm going to take that fox away from him. That too much of a triangle for that fox. So this eye comes in, it goes down. Both eyes come in because they, as I said, they slope up. The eye might be a little too big, but it's a comparison. And then the color of that. So I can bring this out more to get away from that fox shape. Now I'm doing my Animal Soldiers book, and this is the reason why I haven't really come out with too much yet, because I'm still trying to learn how to differentiate between some of these animals. The shapes. We still got that fox look. That's what I'm saying. You gotta learn how to draw this animal first before you can incorporate it to your man. And it might be the ear, might be the ears, but there's just like these little trademarks that will turn the animal inside out. I think it was the ear that makes it more wolf kind of looking. Where's that line? That is the top. Anyway, I'm not here to show you how good I can draw a wolf. Obviously, it's going to take some time before I start kicking out wolves, because that is a fox. It's the shape of this triangle that makes a difference. And then color wise. But so anyway, you have a face of a man and a fox wolf. Fox wolf. Wolf fox. Wolf fox. Now, sideways. Side view. Face of a man and a wolf fox. I do a side view of a man. I'll start out with a square. It's easier for me. Then I'll turn that square to the plus symbol. So already you're kind of seeing it. Round this off. This is going to be the chin. This is going to be the ear on that line. This is going to be the eye line. This is going to be that brow. That nose is going to come off and back on. The mouth. And that chin. Really simple to draw a face, and that cranium is going to come right up under that ear. That neck is going to come down, and then I'll just bring that up and up. And then you have all that part. Shoulders. And then you just give it what kind of hair. Now one thing when drawing the profile, this right here, the forehead, the slope of the forehead changes a nationality really quick. So you can have the round like that. You can have like more sloped like that. That's a little too much Martian Manhunter, but I noticed a lot of Africans will have sloped head. Not just Africans, African Americans, but real, Africans have more of a sloped head, like just like Koreans. Their heads are more flat in the back, like that. Just study when you started drawing nationalities. Everybody shouldn't be the same in your book. Not just Koreans, Asians, should I say. It's like they have more of a flatter head, where we have more of a rounder cranium. Give them more of a slope back a little bit, like that. Just something you pick up as you study, as you learn how to draw more. And you start to get more detail in your drawing. All right, so a wolf, side view of a wolf. Let's see if I can get this to not be a fox. Okay, so let's do the wolf head first. And it could be easily turned into a dog. I mean, it's dog cousin, but you know, they're all cousins, but they all have a slight difference. I can see it, but I can't draw it. I just, you know, yeah. That's just something you have to practice. It's a beagle. So any of you who are out there drawing furries or whatever, and you see what I'm lacking, let me know. Let me know. Because I say he almost got it, but he's not doing this right. Well, please let me know what it is we're missing, so I can work on my my comic. No, this is sloped more. This is not square. And it's the same thing with a horse. You got to get that horse just right. This is sloped. And that. Okay, so basically, you're going to turn that human into a wolf. And this is his hair. He got more hair that comes down. And I think the head is a little bigger to become a wolf. That's better. I think maybe it was the head. Maybe the head, something to do with the head. So front, side, we have to bring them together. Now, if you're going to transform the person, so let's start transforming this fox wolf man. We're gonna do front and side. I don't know. So first thing I want to do, I want to stretch his nose. I want to stretch his nose. So I'm going to do this. We're going to give him more of a opening, and I don't want to do like 10, 10 panels of him transforming. Let's just do a couple. And the eyes are kind of the same. I would change the color of the eyes if you're doing a color book. That's why I didn't give him any hair. So his ears would kind of go in place of, or his ears could just go up in place of the wolf ears. It can start getting pointy, but I would bring that in a little bit more because I made the face too wide. And one thing about a wolf or animal, when they get mad, they get this line that go across and down their nose, and you can tell that they're about to tear something up on you. So we'll do this on the head, and he could start growing. And I don't know the guy's character. He could start growing, you know, facial hair. So I didn't give him hair, but he could start growing facial hair really quick. The mouth is round on a person. So as I said, the hair could be whatever. And you know, German Shepherds and wolves, they have some kind of coloring somewhere around them. It could be black, it could be gray, it could be brown, just some kind of coloring. So if I would use his, whatever kind of hair, what do you call that, that he has, I would use that as a definite reference, as a changing point. If he already had spiky hair, maybe, I'm not sure, but I would use it as a changing point, as a transforming point. So like this would still be here for a while, but it would change that color to separate maybe that brown or black from that gray, which his face would be. And then they have these little eyes. I would transform the eyes first, if I was doing like a movie kind of thing. Hairy like that. Let's see if I get a little quick profile. And then I'll work on the body. I'll do like one more face, and then I'll work on the body. 30%. I don't know how much percent I got on how much battery it eats up. So of course, here we go, the chin, the head. This goes under the ear and the neck. So of course, as I say, the ears are gonna start pointing up a little bit. That nose, instead of being like this, is gonna start to come out. And this is gonna be like the bottom lip of the mouth. And that nose is gonna be black. The nose start turning black on you. Maybe go back, start to shift back, the forehead. I guess that's why it hurts when you transform. All your bones are starting to shift, and that neck is going to probably have to get a little wider, thicker. Of course, you have your hair. You always have your hair, like I said before. And of course, your eye would start to transform to, I'm trying to look at this side view of this wolf. It goes down further in the front. And that split in the brow. Of course, as I say, the hair, you start getting more hair. And however his hairstyle is, that would be the change. Of coloration. However that would look from the side. So let's just do one more. I'll give him more wolf mode. Werewolf mode. Human werewolf mode. So let's go ahead and give him that nose. He's not happy. He's not supposed to be happy. Wrong pencil. So you're going to have to learn to draw a wolf from every angle. Since if he's werewolf mode, he's going to be more wolf than person. Pointy eyes. Tiny werewolf eye. This could be a bear. And of course, you gotta have those werewolf teeth. And that also depends on what type of werewolf are we talking about, or what kind of, is he gonna have fangs or teeth that actually fit in his mouth? And when I'm trying to create, it's hard for me to draw at the same time. I'll keep that split in that hair right there. Give him the big ears, the big werewolf kind of ears. And maybe I was bringing it too high, so I don't know. Maybe that's more of a wolf. Like the diamond is a little higher versus the fox, who was way down here. Let me see for 1 second. Like a helmet. So I'll give him this full-on werewolf mode, and then you have the, as I say, the lines in his nose. I'm gonna give him some whiskers because it looks like a rat now. Okay, lay off the whiskers. It's just, and the hair color, as I said, it could have been it could have came all the way down here. Like that. Almost turn him into a cat. As I say, it's easy to change something into something else. So I'll give him big shoulders up here. Almost does look like a cat with this. Let's take this off. Get him back to wolf mode. The whiskers made a cat out of him. Sorry. Put more wrinkles in his face so he's madder. So if I did this full-on side view, you still with me, camera? I guess that would be more of the wolf itself. I want to show a little bit of the other eye, just to keep from doing profiles. As I say, I don't know the story, but this is kind of like how I would proceed in drawing a werewolf. Practice that face as much as you can. Practice drawing a wolf as much as you can, and then change it up to suit your needs. And then as you see, I made the ears a little longer. I made them a little more pointier. I guess you can get rid of all the man features if you're drawing the wolf part. So as far as the body, let me draw a body and see if I can transform that into a werewolf. I know there are a couple parts of the body that you will definitely have to change. To do your werewolf. All right, man body. Now let's transform this guy into a werewolf. So I'm gonna make him a little bigger, and I'll do a side view as well, and then maybe just one big pinup kind of shot. So side view, front view, front view. You probably make him a little taller because the legs are something you're going to definitely have to change. The hands and maybe the back, aka the stand, and of course you know the face. So let's just say he's going to be like this. I'm going to draw a tall body first and then change it up to werewolf mode. And he's going to be a little stronger, so make him a little wider. Maybe make the arms a little longer. And you know, it depends on your wolf. So if I can remember how I did that werewolf front head. Actually, the neck is gonna come all the way down. It's gonna be furry. It's gonna come all the way down. Here's his werewolf head. So let's just say I'm gonna put hair on his chest, his shoulders, more up on his arms. And I'm gonna leave this less hairy, maybe like around the edges, and then keep the abs open. And then hair around there, and the hair stops here, like at his belt. I don't want to make him Schwarzenegger arms, but the arms are still going to be hairy. Maybe a little more hair around at the wrist, and you know the hands are gotta be. The hands should be more clawy. Because he's so tall now, I would make his arms longer, not you know, muscular. More down here, probably give him a tail. Of course, you got to cover up the man bits. The legs are going to be hairy, but not so hairy. You have this knee, same thing. This part would stay, to me, would stay more manly-like, except it's hairy. The knee, then you're going to have the calf, but then you're going to have that part that actually goes back, and then it comes forward again. And I'll do to show you from the side view, your big wolf feet. I have to look up a wolf foot. I got a picture of a wolf foot, but I have to pull it up. But they will be long because your toes would spread and become, I still keep the 5 toes like you keep the 5 fingers. What do I do to the toes? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So just to save you time, would you have your wolf rip out of its clothes? Would you just keep it with some clothes on? Because the shoulders are going to grow, and this is just my wolf. The shoulders are going to grow, so it's going to rip out of his shirt. It got to definitely rip out his pants because he's going to grow taller. This not necessarily will get thicker. The calves, the thighs won't necessarily get thicker. I'll draw that. I'll ink that like off camera just to see what I got. So from the side, a wolf's foot or leg is kind of like this. You have the upper thigh, you have that knee, like right here, you have this part, and then you have this part, and then you have his foot. So if you did the other one, it would be kind of like that, and then you have the back, you have his back, and you know, that's kind of thin, but you know, as I said, I'm not a furry drawer. My hat's off to all you people. So this would probably be the only thing I would change about the guy. One of the main things you'd have to change about the guy. So if he were, see how am I going to draw this? Give it more side view. I would keep the thighs. You're going to bend it right there. Yeah, so he would have to, in order to balance himself, let's do this. In order to balance himself, his legs would have to go forward, or his knees would always have to be pointed forward. In order for him to, like this, his knees would have to go forward. So I would put more like this, keep these thighs right. Then you're going to have this part back here. So this would be the actual thigh. This would be this part with the calf. And then you're going to have this down piece like there. So this and this will stay the same, except you get this little piece here, which brings his foot out. And of course, this is why they always lean forward, because of that. Thought for a second I wasn't on camera. Like that. So this is going to be like your main part that you're probably going to have trouble with. Maybe not. If you decided to draw a werewolf character, then you pretty much knew what kind of trouble you were getting into. So you should have studied a little bit more. So I would keep the hips the same. Of course, you can cover it with as much hair as you want. The knee right there. This calf could be the actual calf. And then that bone could come here. And that, I would keep the 5 toes. You just said you keep the 5 toes, but you drew 4. So I think that would probably be the bottom of my werewolf. As I said, fuzzy, hairy arms. Maybe with like a sleeve there to give more skin to his wrinkly fingers. Keep that the same, keep the chest the same, keep the abs the same, and just give it a little more hair. And then there's your wolf. There should be ways to draw it in squares. Let me just try this with a pen. This is going to be so off, but that's okay. We're working on the body. We've established the head already. It's the werefox. As I said, I'd like maybe like a just this part will be open, but it's your interpretation. But for mine and what I'm doing, this is going to be open, almost like he got a werewolf jacket. But it still would be hairy, but it wouldn't be as hairy as, you know, the rest of them. Got that werewolf jacket on. And of course, got your hairy, you know, trying to keep the muscles, the same muscles as the human. Less hairy on the legs, more hairy like on his joints. Thin hair here. It's like a chicken bone. So let me see if I can come up with a nice little werewolf position. So this is going to be fast motion because I don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just draw a werewolf as best I can in a werewolf position. So let's use my blue. A lot of lines. Fast motion. Okay, so here we are with the finished product. My camera died, so I kept on going like a real trooper, and this is the final product of the werewolf. Now, as I said, this is from a request from a art student, and his Wolverine. What's a Wolverine? His werewolf, it could vary from mine, but this is my interpretation of a werewolf that I would do. So, for those of you who have requests on things that you're trying to figure out, let me know, and I will try to help you. I'm not just trying to draw a picture of Wolverine or a picture of Batman or a picture of what's name because that's your favorite character, but things that you are trying to figure out so that you can do your book and to get your name out there. I will help you as best I can. So, no rambling today, no bell, so I'm going to end this video now, and I will see you guys later. Hey, give me a thumbs up. Always give that at the end. I should say that at the beginning, but give me a thumbs up, you know, which is AKA a like, And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and tell a friend. So that's going to be it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah.